So how do we create growth in a real estate career? Let me show you. First of all, we've got to understand that we're not the first people to have to grow a real estate career. So no matter where you are, whether you're just starting out or you're an agent, a broker, a brand executive, there are some very clear stages of growth in a real estate career. And when you understand them and you see them clearly, now you have the ability to go from where you are to where you choose to be much more quickly. So all real estate careers begin at the same place, and that place is not comfortable. It's a place that's miserable. It's a place called struggle. This struggle phase is very normal because, let's face it, you learned what you needed to pass a test. You're now a licensed agent, and yet you don't really know how to build a real estate career. The first growth plateau that you have to push through is where you move from a place of being uncertain about what you should focus on to where you've chosen a direction and you're consistently doing the things that are going to lead to success. Just that simple action is enough to make that sense of struggle transform into a sense of hope. Hope feels much better than struggle. It's a better place to be, and yet this layer is kind of a trap. There are more agents operating on hope than any other layer in the growth stages. They may have a great GCI, right? They may be in a market where the price points are high enough and they're finding enough transactions to where they're earning a decent income. It's just way more stressful than it needs to be. So that hopeful agent is one who's got these peaks and valleys in their production. They have times where they're just so busy they can't hardly stand it, and other times where they're in a sense of panic about where that next transaction might be coming from. If you're there, I want you to hear me very clearly. It's a choice. You do not have to be stuck here in this phase, and the way to get out of it is to make a decision that you're going to stop showing up as an operator and start showing up as a business owner. What do business owners do differently than operators? Well, gosh, we have plans and playbooks and systems and processes embedded throughout our business such that wherever opportunity comes from, there's a plan to capitalize on that opportunity. Maybe it's a referral from a past client, or an open house registration, or a what's my home worth lead, or an IDX lead for a buyer. Wherever it is, wherever it's coming from, there's an opportunity that's going to be nurtured automatically. So there are a lot of systems that are designed to help people do this, and yet very few of them actually produce the results that people are looking for. For example, you already have a CRM system. Almost certainly it's been provided to you by your team, your brokerage, or your brand. And yet that CRM is almost certainly not well organized, and it almost certainly is not producing the opportunity that it could be. So putting the right playbooks in place is what sets you free from that paradigm and allows you to really tap in to the prosperity that's available in a real estate career. Now you'll see where the GCI here has really grown. We're talking $500,000 to $2 million. That is life-changing income. And I'll tell you that when people start to experience that, one of the natural things that happens is that they feel like, hey, I finally found the money button. I need to push it all the time. And when you do that, your personal relationships can suffer. If you're a parent, your kids know what it feels like to not have your attention at dinner. If you're a spouse or you're in a relationship with a real estate professional, you know what it's like for them to get a text at dinner and whoosh, they're just gone. It's so easy to not be present for the people you love in the midst of a frothy, frenetic real estate career. That also is a choice, and there's a better path. So to take control of that, what you have to do is find ways to continually grow your financial success while also expanding your personal freedom. And doing that goes far beyond having a team. People who do this really well, what they've done is they figure out how to have a team of leaders. That's what helps people really scale to the highest levels of the real estate profession. No matter where you are, no matter where you'd like to be, understanding these layers gives you the opportunity to move through them at your own pace. And I'll tell you, the thing that drives you through those layers most effectively and most quickly is also the thing you have a love-hate relationship with. That thing is called database. When it's working well, oh my gosh, is it amazing. Your phone rings, you get replies to your texts, your email inbox is full. There's plenty of people who are reaching out to you saying they'd like to do business. And yet when database isn't sorted out, every day is stressful. You drive home through your neighborhood, you see another agent's sign in front of the house of one of of your neighbors and you go, that should have been my opportunity. And you feel all that guilt and that shame and that sense of failure and defeat because you didn't do the things that you know are absolutely necessary to build a wonderful real estate career. Well, we're going to fix those things for you here as part of our process today. So from this point forward, I want you to recognize how simple database actually is. It really consists of just two things. Think of it like steering a tank. You've got two levers that you can put your hands on. In one, you have the technical choices that you've already made. We call those mechanics. And no matter which system you're using, more or less they all do the same thing, don't they? If it's a CRM system, it organizes contacts and helps you send messaging. That's the easiest thing in the world today. The challenge is sending a message that actually works. And that's been our focus for the past 14 years here at Happy Grasshopper. We're currently nurturing a very large database for our members in real estate, 37 million relationships. And we use that data to help our members send content that actually creates the results that they need. One of the big lies in real estate is that technology is enough. I'm here to tell you that it's not. If technology were going to solve this problem, your CRM would be perfectly organized and it would already be producing all the results for you that it was capable of. We know that's not the case, right? Getting outstanding results requires an outstanding process. At Happy Grasshopper, that starts with a one-on-one conversation. No one can buy Happy Grasshopper on our website. We require a conversation first, which we really view as a form of coaching that helps us identify the right strategies for you specifically. Strategy should always precede content. How would we even know what to create unless we understand what it's supposed to achieve? Doing the right things in the right order is what produces the right results. And for us, the right results are more engagement with the people in the communities you support. That's the model we follow at Happy Grasshopper. And because we follow this model, we're actually able to guarantee results. When you work with us, we do things differently. First thing that we do is recognize that since technology isn't going to solve this problem, we need to assemble a team around you. And there's one person on that team who's very important. They're your success coach. Their job is literally to make sure that you're successful with our service. And your journey with Happy Grasshopper begins by having a 3-week onboarding period. Now, during those first 3 weeks, we're going to tackle a lot of work together, starting with the technology that you already have in place. So job one is to import and organize your existing database. And I know some of you are like, oh my God, really? Organize my database? That's going to take months. My contacts are everywhere. They're so disorganized. Relax is what I'm going to tell you, because I promise you, your contacts are in the same 6 places that everyone else's are. They're in your phone, your email, your MLS, your CRM, your lead sources, and social media. That's it. So think about this. Let's imagine that we're importing your database and you have some guy named Dan. I'm willing to bet that you have people in your phone where it's just a first name and a phone number. Well, if we import those people, we wouldn't know what to send them. We don't have any context. That's why we import from these multiple sources. I might pull in a contact, Dan, and a phone number tells me nothing. I export from your email. Now I've got Dan, maybe lots of different last names, lots of email addresses, still don't have certainty about what I might send that person. I export from the MLS and I see, oh, Dan, there's the phone number. Now there's an email address. Oh, and there's the property transaction that we closed at this address, at this price point, on this date. And all of a sudden I have the context I need to send that individual person the right content at the right time. So starting with organization is necessary. If we're going to get great results, we have to start with organization. Along the way, we're going to audit every possible source of business for you, whether it's an IDX site, whether it's referrals, whether it's cold calling, FSBOs, withdrawals, expireds, whatever it may be. Our job is to make sure that in the next phase, you have the content you need to nurture all of those opportunities from the moment they arrive. To do this effectively, we need a complete understanding of how your business currently works. So we're going to complete an assessment, and then you'll meet the second person on your team, and that's your professional copywriter. At Happy Grasshopper, we have a full staff of professional, college-educated, US-based copywriters, not ChatGPT, not college kids, not what-rate workers in another country, true quality, highly paid, highly regarded professional writers. We make that investment because in all of our testing, that is the best way to make sure you get the results that you need. Now, that said, we also have this massive data set, and we're not shy about applying our strategic advantage that provides us. When we're nurturing 37 million contacts, we don't have to guess about what's going to work for you. We just have to observe the data and help you do the right thing. And this is how we're able to guarantee results with our service. So next step in the process is for you to review the content that we've created. We share it with you via Google Docs. You read through the content, you say, oh, I love this message, I don't love that message. You give us your feedback. We're gonna adjust the content and then get your final review and approval. And then here we are in the launch phase. Now at this point in time, your success coach is loading all the content. They're setting all the delivery timings. They're building all the automation strings. They're connecting directly to all of your lead sources. They're integrating with the other technologies that you use. You don't have to figure out how to do any of that. We do all of that for you. And then in a one-on-one call, they show you exactly how everything's been set up. And this is so important. With Happy Grasshopper, much of what happens is just going to happen automatically. You won't need to worry about it. You won't need to babysit it. You'll know that it's working because you get replies, you get phone calls, you get text messages from people who are engaging with the content that we've delivered. So a big chunk of what we do is totally automatic. And we're also empowering you to wake up with a great idea and be able to implement. Maybe you heard something on the news last night and you want to record a ringless voicemail drop about that, and then we can distribute that to the right people in your database for you. So we walk that nice fine line between 100% done for you and also empowering you to 100% do it yourself. Both things are possible with Happy Grasshopper. Now, post-launch, once we're sending your messages, our AI is constantly measuring what we're sending for you and comparing it to what we're sending for all of our other members. We use that data to constantly refine the content, the delivery timing, the frequency, and the duration of your campaigns. That's how we're able to guarantee results for our members. We just don't have to guess. I've always believed if you've got good data, you can make good decisions. And this model is how we're making use of that. Let's be clear, right? I've just gone through a billion steps. It sounds like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. You may be feeling overwhelmed. I'm going to tell you straight, it is a lot of work. It's just not a lot of work for you. We only need about 3 hours of your time during this 3-week window. My staff is going to spend 60 to 80 hours of time behind the scenes, making sure that everything is set up to work the way that it should be. I founded Happy Grasshopper way back in 2010. In all those years since then, I've had the chance to observe all of our members. Why is it that some people get these outrageously great results and then some other people don't? I think it comes down to 3 distinct behaviors. So I've asked everyone considering whether they should work with Happy Grasshopper if they can commit to these same 3 behaviors. They're very straightforward, right? If we're going to work together, let's get after it. Let's be quick to implement. There's no reason to delay our success. Let's start working together and let's work efficiently through the process. When and if you get stuck, ask for help, right? I have a great staff of employees here specifically to serve you. So please make use of that resource. And then I think the third one is the most important. We'll ask you to share the good and the bad of what's happening in your business, your life, your market. And I'm going to give you a couple examples of this. Many years ago, Gary Ashton on the wall behind me here, he's a Remax broker owner in Nashville, Tennessee. He won the brokerage rights to a condo development called Solo East. And so Gary reached out. He's excited about the opportunity with this condominium. He asked me what we could do to amplify it. So we collaborated about hosting a pre-construction pricing event. If I remember correctly, he took deposits on about 87% of those units before they ever broke ground. Do you think that developer client was happy? Absolutely they were. I have another member, an example of the bad. Poor guy had massive troubles with his knees. He had to have knee replacement surgery and he decided to do both knees at the same time. So we adjusted his content to where instead of getting tons of phone calls and having to go out and meet meet people, he could just text message more. That was more comfortable for him while he was in recovery. I'm sharing this with you because I want to set the expectation that when you work with Happy Grasshopper, it's an ongoing relationship. We have an incredibly low churn rate. Most people who start with Happy Grasshopper stay with us through their whole career. Setting that expectation is important because if you don't understand that we're here to serve you, it's hard to take advantage of all the resources. Let's move forward here. Assuming you would like to work with Happy Grasshopper, we're going to move very quickly. The day we agree it's time to start, I'm going to assign a success coach. We're going to get our calendars coordinated. I'll invite the right people from my team and yours. You'll immediately get access to our whole platform. Now, during the first week, we're going to get a lot done, right? The first week, it's all about having that initial coaching call where we get absolute clarity around what we'll achieve together and by when. Having that goal clearly identified, it's time to align the right tactics and strategy to achieve it, and then to create the strategic action plans. That's the content that we send. We create those plans to fit the strategies that are right for you. Now, I'm a goal-driven guy. As a serial entrepreneur, I had the opportunity to retire at 40. I will tell you, achieving goals is important to me. And my first goal for all new members at Happy Grasshopper is fast ROI. So our expectation is that we'll provide enough return during your first 90 days to pay for a minimum of 12 months of service with Happy Grasshopper. Now, let's recap. Your first week, it's all about massive action. We're going to get started quickly, and then as long as we're working together, we're going to provide lots of ongoing coaching and support for you. And that comes in several different flavors. You'll be invited to join our private Facebook group, What to Say Now. You'll see that we're continually publishing expert sessions to help you improve your skills. You'll maintain access to your success coach even after we've launched. That's an ongoing relationship. You have their calendar. You can schedule with them whenever you choose. I want to be clear about this, right? There's a lot of coaching in real estate. We've got great relationships with a lot of coaches in real estate. We are not real estate coaching. We're database communication and marketing experts. So whenever you have a communication question, that's when you should be booking an appointment with your success coach. And of course, your coach is also going to help you track your progress and your metrics over time. As we put all of this together, as we've assembled all of these assets and resources for you, what's being deployed is a fully comprehensive communication strategy for every segment of your database. Whether you're looking to generate more referrals from past clients in Sphere, whether you're choosing to convert more of the leads you're investing in, or whether you're looking to attract, recruit, and retain exactly the right agents for your teams, brokerages, or brands, Happy Grasshopper can help you. We'll help you by authoring content that gets delivered in a true multi-channel, multi-touch way. Just one channel isn't enough today, folks. We have to have multiple channels. That includes email, text messages, video text, ringless voicemail drops, handwritten cards, social media posts, and even gifting. We'll create all the content for you. We'll assemble it into these automated campaigns, and then you'll get the responses. The replies from everything we send will come directly to you. So that's what it would look like if you were to work with us at Happy Grasshopper. So click the link in the description and you'll see that for as little as $8, I mean, it's the price of a nice cup of coffee, we can solve database problems that are preventing you from having the success you'd like to. Go ahead and follow the link in the description, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon.